I appear to have no self-control, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't. Hello, everyone. Bront, CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends, and it has been a wonderful, wonderful 2024. This is probably one of the last videos I will have a chance to film in 2024. I might see if I can get another couple out before the new year, but we shall certainly see. I have unfortunately been very, very sick. We have spread what we like to call around the family the holiday cheer. So I have been kind of sick. You might be able to hear it in my voice. My voice has definitely been kind of rough. I actually lost it Christmas Day, and it's not pleasant. I do not recommend getting the quote unquote holiday cheer. So it's supposed to be infectious. Unfortunately, it is very highly infectious and probably not particularly good for your health. So with all that said, I want to thank you guys once again for a wonderful 2024. It has been an amazing content creator journey for me. You guys are absolutely awesome. So I appreciate you guys all hanging out here. Appreciate you guys hitting that like button constantly, hitting that subscribe button. You guys are awesome. Smashing that button. That has been so much fun. And mostly just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported me. Hopefully you'll continue to support me, and hopefully I'll continue to put out great videos. I do have a couple of guides planned, as many of you may have seen in my previous Primal video, which I will link to up somewhere around here. And it was pretty amazing. So I have a lot of work to do, and I have several champions I want to build some guides on. We, of course, have the Lady Noelle as well, so perhaps I'll see if I can get a guide on her in the next week or so. We have Bells the Reckoner, who I'm also actually very excited about, so I'd like to see if I can get some videos out for him as well in the new year. So should be a lot of fun, should be a lot of cool content coming up. I've got a couple of collabs kind of in the works as well. So a lot of stuff going on for the channel. So why am I spending all this time in a shard pull video giving you news and updates? Well, it's because I don't actually have a lot of shards to pull. And honestly, if I was somebody with a little more self-control, I would say, I don't need this because I've already got Lady Noelle. I'll just save my 8 voids. But at the same time, 8 voids, not really that big of a deal to pull. You get a little extra rewards, and we do have this wonderful 2x chance to get this dude right here. Feedy, I believe. Yeah, Feedy. Teal Crest, he looks pretty good. He's got some increased resistance, perfect veil, block buffs, decreased speed, overall stuff. It just looks like he's got a bunch of interesting stuff for the Chimera specifically. So he could be a kind of a fun champ to build. So if I get him, that'd be kind of cool. And maybe I'll do a guide on him then too. I also have some summoning pool stuff. So we have Pepsi right here because it's what we always do. Not a sponsor, Pepsi. You certainly could be. But I only have one on this account. I have 2 on my main. I pulled one to make sure I got Bells the Reckoner, and it was well worth it there. In fact, that was probably a good recommendation. If you were worried about getting Bells the Reckoner, unfortunately, you probably should have pulled your Noelle during the Bells the Reckoner stuff when you could have gotten a bunch of extra points towards Bells the Reckoner. If not, you can get them towards the Summon Rush, and that means that the Summon Rush, or sorry, the Champion Chase, will give you some extra rewards. Even if you don't need the rare, you'll get some extra rewards. It'll be nice. Not a big deal. Extra rewards are always nice. So do not save her because you are not going to get to a CVC with her, and the fusion will end if you're not careful. So do pull her this weekend. Hopefully you enjoy her. She's an awesome champ. Again, I'll put some videos up her later when I get a little more testing done with her. But until then, we are going to pull some shards. I would absolutely love this dude. You know, I don't have a lot of these faction Unity champions, and he looks like he's absolutely nasty. I think I'd rather have him on my main than on my alt, but, you know, that's the case with a lot of champions. And I will take a Rhodos. On this account, I could really use a Rhodos because I don't have a Rhodos and I do have a Siphi. I wouldn't mind Morgan either. Honestly, I wouldn't mind any of these champions other than maybe not a dupe Bad L. But let's go. We've got one of these shards. Let's pull. And it's an epic, and it's a Seeker. Hey, you know, Seeker's a good champion. Maybe I'll empower mine. I do run him in my Myth Clan Boss. I don't want to necessarily mess up the speed tune, so we'll see. All right, so we have 8 voids. We're definitely going to pull these one at a time. Let's go. Paragon, Keep a Paragon. He can be very useful against the Shogun, and he's just kind of useful for, they call it cheesing, but honestly, it's a strategy to get past certain champions where this unkillable buff that you can throw right here on a 2-turn cooldown for 2 turns can help you get through a lot of content if you just need to get through it once. Harvester, not particularly exciting. Veteran, not a huge fan. And then the rares. So we're going to see a lot of rares because we are. Seducer, he's okay. Skirmisher, not particularly exciting. Come on, I'd like at least a nice epic. Huntress, I believe she's a fusion champion for one of the early fusions. Maybe it's a Relic Keeper. Interceptor, not particularly great. And finally, the last shard. That was kind of painful. We get a John Cena. So, all right, well, let's go hop on the main and see if we can get something just a little bit better. Not that I have much on that account either. All right, we are in the summoning pool. I have 2 chances at the headline champion here. I've got a 2% chance of pulling him in any given shard. 2% doesn't sound like much. It can be an awful lot. As many of you saw, I got a lot more on a 1% chance in a previous video. So, let's go. Come on, Pepsi. That is a Husk, still a very, very good champion. He's got the max HP here, hit with stun, and he's got the provoke on the A1. So he's actually a very good progression Hydra champion. He's better the higher up you can go with him. So he's certainly better against brutal or nightmare or even hard. And if you're struggling to do damage, a max HP hitter can be nice. Plus he's got the extra provoke, so he can be very helpful on a team. Probably better for manual because that provoke is probably not going to target itself normally. And again, not a legendary. We got a Balthus Drug Lord. I guess it's Drug Lord, but I always call him Drug Lord. So with that, we have 6 voids. All right, let's get pulling. Hey, we got an epic. That is a Broadmaw. Not particularly exciting, but, Broadmaw's a decent champion still. He's, but, can forward defuse him. So, not super exciting. Bellower, absolutely amazing. He is a great campaign farmer. I'd prefer him to campaign farming over Fellhound just because he's so many useful in so many other places in that campaign farmer build because he's got all AoEs. And then on top of that, with the new blessing, you can get the big decrease attack. You can get the big decrease speed. You can get the blocked active skills on there here. He also does decrease defense on this skill here with a 4-turn cooldown, and you can get the big one if you get the blessing that raises those up. So very, very good champion. Definitely worth building. He can be a good damage dealer for you, especially if you don't build him super slow. At least early. Arquez, okay. Ox, okay. He hits okay, but not really what we're looking for. Another Marquez, okay. And we got a Dreamkeeper Dazzdirk. I like this dude. He has an AoE cleanse. This is just the buff and turn meter fill. This is the cleanse and big heal. And he throws continuous heals up as well. He can be very useful for progressing through arena because he's generally kind of fast for a dwarf. He's not super fast, but he's got some decent speed. He's got the turn meter boost. He's got the increase attack. He's got continuous heal, and he's got some heals and a cleanse. Useful kit for all kinds of places. Not necessarily an MVP in any particular spot, but a good champion to have. He's even got a leech on the A1 if you need a leech on the A1. Could be actually helpful in Centranos, or not Centranos, the Chimera as well. So that's actually worth looking at too. Maybe he could be a fun progression champion for Chimera. That's actually, that leech on the A1 could be helpful for that. So, well, that is my shard pulls. Again, not anything particularly exciting. If you've only got this many and you don't need to pull Lady Noelle, maybe you take a pause on it and decide not to pull shards. Probably would have been a better option, but you know, sometimes it's the irresistible lure of getting that really, really cool Void Legendary. I can talk. So again, Happy New Year to you guys. If I don't get a chance to post another video, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays again for you guys, even though it's well past that at this point. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I appreciate you all. Smash that subscribe button, hit that like button. I appreciate all the support. And until the next video, I'm Bront CatHerder.